Hello and welcome to Cocktail Hour, episode 6, brought to you by the PS Best Friends co-hosts. I'm your host, Anthony Palm, and as always, with us is Miguel Alvarez and Jeffrey Mizrahi. If you're new to the show, consider this us hanging out with you at a bar. Grab a drink, come hang out with us as we talk about all kinds of fucked up and fun topics, ranging from aliens, movies, and drunken horror stories. This week we got a bunch of fun stuff to talk about, but let's start off by just let's catch up. How'd you guys' week go, guys? I had a crazy ass fucking week at work. Fucking nuts.
What happened?
So well, it fucking didn't happen. This week's been a nightmare. Well, we had.
I mean, you didn't got fired.
You're in the air. I know.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking far from ever being fired at this job. That's actually part of the story. Is I have someone because everyone knows I got promoted recently if you listen to the show, and so now I have an administrator under me for each plan I have an administrator under me that works on the paperwork type stuff of those plans, and one of the people that is on one of my plans, like I've never seen anyone so inept at like processing like Excel documents. Like I've never seen anyone like this job is doing Excel spreadsheets. So the fact that there's someone that like it's living proof that you have to not do your job for like a year straight to get fired from this fucking job. So it's been a long week.
Hey, that's
been,
so easy.
Been a lot of hitting the ground running. And also, Jeffrey, you're in the area. We had what was supposed to be a nor'easter that turned into just a lot of rain. But
Yeah, there was a lot of talk of this
of-
nor'easter here on the East Coast, but it was pretty
nothing
much
really
just
came.
like,
There was a lot of wind, a lot of shitty wind. I
Yeah.
have like a 50-minute drive to work, and the highway was really really crazy. But no snow. I didn't get any snow. Did
I
you
was
get any snow?
out that night. I was at the bars with some friends, and we were just walking in the rain. It wasn't even raining that hard. It felt like a
Which is
a
windy
light
where
drizzle
we
with
were.
Wind, yeah.
And it was only on the highway. It was windy just because it's like a wind funnel. But yeah, it was crazy work week. Just a lot of bullshit. A lot of meetings that I had to deal with that were just kind of unnecessary. So your usual office work crap, and then podcast related stuff that we went through. If you've been listening past couple weeks, we've had some issues with our hosting and things like that. So we've been dealing with multiple things on all fronts. But finally, we're finally here on Sunday. We're recording Cocktail Hour and got my Harpoon IPA, just chilling out. Wife's out of the house. She's shopping. Lord knows what the fuck she's going to buy while she's out. So, but yeah.
My wife.
How was your guys' week?
Yeah, it was my birthday. I'm pretty sure we're spot on what I did for it. I just went and had a barbecue. Got Moss that day as well, because I came out the PSVR title. But yeah, pretty. I saw Black Panther. I thought it was good.
So did I. I
don't thought
it
it was the best MCU. I thought it was a solid MCU flick. Somewhere in the middle, maybe high middle.
See,
it's
I
the
thought
best,
it
but
was
it's solid.
I think it's
Which
like
one is it?
top
No,
3 or 4.
people
I
are
think.
saying it's the best. I don't think it's the best.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like top 3 or 4. I fucking loved it. I thought it was so good.
Mike, quick take on that is I like the MCU films that connect to the universe, so that's why I loved Spider-Man: Homecoming a lot, because Iron Man's in it, Thor: Ragnarok, you got Hulk in it. I like when it's part of something. That's why I didn't really like X-Men Apocalypse a couple years ago, because it's like, but this really doesn't have any like after watching this doesn't have any consequences, right? So I guess I'm just really
I would argue
accustomed
the
to
ending
that.
to Black Panther does have huge consequences. That it's kind of spoilery. I'll talk to you off camera, but
After
I think
credits
it's
or
huge,
the ending of it?
No, like the ending, like the proper ending, not the post credits. I'll explain why off camera because I don't want to spoil it. But I do think it has huge implications that you just maybe didn't think of.
Possibly, but I mean, I know that was the intention to make Black Panther more of a standalone thing. That's how the origins really are. I'm okay with it. I just that's my personal thing. I like when.
See, for me, it was just like
they do
it
have
was
more
almost
connection.
like the live action Lion King that I always wanted, and that's why I loved it. Like
yeah, I
King
can see
T'Chaka, if he just said "remember" to T'Challa, it would have been. And I watched Coming to America last night, and I was like, damn, like James Earl Jones should have been in Black Panther. That would have been so cool.
Is that Eddie Murphy, right? I've never seen that movie.
Yeah. Oh, it was so good. That's such a good movie. You got it. You never seen Coming to America?
No, I know. My dad has
you-
a lot of jokes from it. I'm pretty
Go
sure.
watch it. It's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, Black Panther was good. Rewatched Civil War. Still fucking amazing.
I rewatched it before you rewatched it after you saw it, Black Panther.
Yeah, because I just forgot where they left Wakanda. Like in terms of like, do people know about it? When I went to Black Panther, I forgot how that was handled in Civil War. But speaking of movies, tonight this is a little late for you guys. A couple days earlier, actually, is the Oscars, and I know you guys aren't big. You guys haven't really seen most of the big pictures, right? For those who don't know, listeners, the Best Picture nominees are Call Me by Your Name.
Well,
Darkest
hold
Hour.
up. Before you
Dunkirk.
get into the Oscar shit, Miguel, how was your week?
Oh yeah, forgot. Sorry.
Fucking forgetting about Miguel over here.
It was okay.
He
I'm
made,
not
like, a
important
not
as you
impressed
two guys, so it's fine. You know.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he? Jeffrey's just skipping right over him. No, what'd you do this week? How was your deal with any? Didn't you more snow? No snow? Usually you're updating us with the snow count.
No, everything was okay. You know, same stuff. You know, yeah, it's fine.
Watch any movies?
Now you get
Nah, it was actually kind of warm this week, which is good. Like I was saying, on the PS Best Friends before you guys cut me off, I was doing an oil change on my car, and yesterday, so Saturday.
Oh right, we're catching up on the story now.
Yeah, we're catching up on the story. It's coming back real quick. It's real quick.
I
you know?
literally didn't know if you were just making that up as like a way to segue out of the episode before or not. So okay, continue.
Nah, actually, you know, it was a little teaser. You know, you gotta work it in there. So I was doing the oil change because I got my car back finally after it was in the body shop because someone rear-ended me. I told you guys about it.
from episode 2, I think. Right?
Yeah, something like that. I got it. I needed to do the oil change. It's a Mercedes, so it takes fucking like 20 quarts to fucking fill it up.
Jeez.
It's 8.5, but plus it's yeah. And
How expensive is that oil?
It's the mobile, the full synthetic one. So it wasn't selling in Walmart, so I got it for like the
$20,
gallon
something like that.
for $25. Usually like around 40.
It's about what I get my Volkswagen oil for.
Yeah. So but I need to buy 2 fucking gallons because
Yeah.
you know, whatever. The fucking car I can't even lift the car up right because it has this plastic that I gotta take out. It's covering the whole like engine and transmission in the bottom. It's held by bolts, so I gotta take that out, then figure out where I'm gonna put the jack to lift it up. So lift it up, and the cover is still like in the way because I can't reach the cover goes all the way to like the front to the middle of the car, and I can't like lift it up all the way up to like reach those bolts. So I gotta like work in there. You know, I'm Mexican, so you know, hard workers. That's what they say. But I was doing the oil change, and I had my coffee. I don't know why I had a coffee, and I left it right next to one of the wheels, and I was like in there, you know, trying to unscrew some stuff, and I hit it by mistake. Without like I forgot that the coffee was there, so I had a mess there, and I was like, I had my hand like I was turning the bolt from the oil pan. So exactly when I hit it, I looked, and now I was still turning the fucking screw, and it's just like it popped off, and so I had oil fucking on the fucking side, and then the coffee over there, and the oil pan, it's like its cover only has one hole in the middle, and that was a little off, so it was my hand was all fucking oiled up. It was a nice scene to see, man.
Sounds like a. Yeah, that's why I just bring my car to Firestone for no change.
Well, it's cheaper if I do it myself because
Yeah, it's cheaper, but
the car, the Mercedes, fucking everything's expensive. So I'm like, but that was my mistake.
I probably should change my own oil, but I just.
It's so easy, dude.
If
You
I had
save
my own
what,
house, I
bucks?
would do it like my own like driveway, but I don't want to do it in the like apartment parking lot. Like it's just.
It's so easy, dude.
I don't know.
How about next time, bro? When you need it, I'll go over there, bro. You know, and I'll help you out, man.
I'll fly you out. It's
Yeah, just fly me in. You know, it would be cheap, bro. It would be cheap. Just fly me in for a week or so.
I've
know?
seen dudes tinkering on their like cars just in like Manhattan side streets, you know, like just like not side streets, like just on.
That's
Hey,
also
you're able to
Manhattan.
do it like
so-
in fucking less than 10 minutes too.
Yeah, it's just like
Which
funny.
is-
It's like
Yeah, maybe I'll look into it. It is expensive as shit. It is like really expensive. It's like
Yeah.
$60 for no fucking reason. No reason
but
at all.
I'm
labor.
surprised you're still working at your job though. after the message that I sent that you were like all pissed off at me because I sent it
Oh,
to you.
We are not
wow.
going to talk about that here.
Nice.
Miguel sent
Why not?
something and not safe for work, and I didn't know that it was coming, and I opened it, and I went,
I
oh,
mean, you
fuck.
guys
And I locked
asked-
my screen immediately. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe he just sent me that while I'm at work.
I mean, you guys
I'm
asked
leaving
for,
leaving a meeting with all the
clarification.
consultants at work. And I'm like, whoa. So, but
You only
that's,
had to open it.
ask us on Patreon feed if you're a patron if you want to know what that was, because we're not going to discuss that
I
on
think
the
the
show.
closest thing that happened was I saw someone was doing a presentation once and on their computer, and a Steam name popped up. You know how like it pops on the bottom, and it was something inappropriate. It was like 666 Dick Licker or some shit.
That's not as bad as.
Well, yeah, it wasn't as bad, but I'm saying like that was
No, that was-
embarrassing for that man.
Like I said, hit us up on Patreon in our exclusive feed if you want to know what that was.
Um,
That was not
but the weed was
not a
fine,
fun
you know?
time for me. I was like, oh fuck, let me like get. Yeah. So you want to talk about the Oscars? What did you want to say? You want to bring up the nominees, and then you want to ask us what we think's gonna win?
Yeah, just
How you
jump
wanna
in.
go about
So it's Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour.
predictions,
Like
if
a
you
better
will.
question. You know, let's make this better. Which one of these have you guys seen? Call Me by Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Literally none of them.
None of them. None. Wow.
I
saw
did
all
want
of
to
them.
see The Shape of Water though, but
Shape of
yeah.
Water's
And Get Out I want to
amazing.
see as well. I'm not a movie guy anymore. I like the ones
I
that I
watch
like, and I
movies when
watch the
they're-
same ones over and over again.
If any of those movies come to Netflix or Amazon Prime, I'll watch them. If not, I don't care.
Same.
Surprised you didn't see Dunkirk, being a Nolan guy.
I was gonna
kinda
go and
boring.
I forgot what happened that weekend that I was gonna go, and I was like, I'll wait, whatever.
Seemed kind of boring to me. To be honest.
But then actually bringing up Netflix, that'd be interesting. That'd be the time when we see a Netflix film, a Netflix original, be nominated for Best Picture. I think that's gonna be soon.
What do you mean? I thought I thought Bright should have been nominated.
Fairies' lives don't matter today. But
was a
yeah, I saw
joke
them all besides
for all
the
the people
post,
that don't
and
know.
my take is I think 3 Billboards is probably gonna win, but I liked Lady Bird the best.
Chloe Rad with IGN, she actually had a huge Twitter thread about why she thinks 3 Billboards actually was not a good movie and how it was just a very terrible movie of people being terrible. So that's an interesting take because I haven't really heard anyone have that take on it.
What?
I'm
That 3
interested to
Billboards is gonna win, or Chloe's take?
Like her take on it, that it's just a terrible
Oh.
movie with terrible people doing terrible things.
I guess.
I have no
Isn't
idea
that-
what the movie's about, so
Isn't that most movies?
that's just
I
her.
feel?
I'm just repeating what she said, but it's interesting to see that take on it right before the Oscars. But yeah, I'm never really an Oscars guy. Once Leo won, I kind of was over it. So
You know what I saw? You know what's happening with Ryan Seacrest right now? This is going to be interesting. This is going to be old news to everyone listening to this. But he was recently, an old sexual allegation charge was brought up against him that his company or his boss, whatever, they looked into, and after investigation, they found out that like he was in the right, he didn't do
That he was
anything
innocent?
wrong, essentially. Seacrest. But
he was
now they're
innocent, is
having
what you're saying.
what?
That he was innocent of it. Like
Yeah,
they
was
did the
innocent. Yeah,
investigation And
that's
determined
what I
he was innocent.
I don't know if he was. I mean, that's what was declared by the
That was
company.
determined. Yeah.
Which could be covering up. I don't know. But now he has to interview. He's being the host on the red carpet tonight, and people are like Jennifer Lawrence is saying like, guys, don't speak to him like when he comes for questions and stuff. And I that's gonna be if like he does if he doesn't entertainment the channel doesn't pull him, that would be very interesting to see him trying to ask celebrities things and them just ignoring
Very
him out.
wild
That'd
time
be-
in Hollywood right now.
Yeah. But yeah, Oscars. What do you guys got? I don't even know if I'm going to watch the Oscars live. I'm probably just going to follow it on Twitter, to be honest. I'm probably going to watch the Ryan Seacrest thing.
100% not watching the Oscars. What even is on a Sunday night nowadays? Now that football season's over. I mean, there's no pay-per-view this week, right? Or is that
Remember
always-
when
NBA
Walking
game?
Dead was an event? You know, like everyone
Walking
would get
Dead used to be an
excited
event
watch-
until everyone stopped watching it because it's
Yeah.
boring as shit and predictable.
I like that. I like the like there's no show anyone's really watching together anymore. You know,
Game of Thrones when it comes back.
Game of
It-
Thrones. Yes, true.
When it comes back, you could put your thumb down all you want, Miguel, but it is what it is. It's in its last season. 1.5 million people are gonna be watching it per square foot.
The numbers probably prove me wrong, but I feel like Walking Dead had more viewers, right?
It's
I feel like it had
it's
to
also
because-
not a paid.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like
Like,
it had to
it's
because it's
also
cable.
on cable, yeah. So
Interesting, yeah. I miss that kind of. I miss the community around Walking Dead. most.
I wonder if they're just gonna stop for The Walking Dead. They're gonna, because the numbers went way down.
Way
I think this
way
season.
down. I think it's like 50% dropped or something from.
Yeah,
like,
I
season
wonder if
5.
they're like, we probably should just finish the story that we're doing.
I mean, the
Probably
numbers
next
drop,
season.
but I hear they're still really high.
I'm
Relative.
sure
Yeah,
they're
it's
high
like Call
compared
of
to a
Duty
lot of
sales are
stuff,
down,
but-
but Call of Duty is still the best-selling game. It's one of those type things.
Yeah.
So-
But yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what like see, I like the stupid categories no one cares about. Like I like the and when I say stupid, I don't mean like I don't mean to trivialize it, but it's like it's the off like the not the non-flashy ones. You know what I mean? The flashy ones like best picture, best actor, or best actress. Those are the flashy ones. I don't really care about those. I like the best costume design, best set design, best original score. I love all those categories. So
Beauty and the
and
Beast
it-
is up for best costume design. Blade Runner 2049 is up for best cinematography.
can see
I'm
that.
pretty sure Last Jedi is up for something. I think
probably best score, original
Yeah.
score.
music
John
original
Williams.
score John Williams.
Hope John
Up
Williams
against-
can get one more because he's
Up
only
against
going to be around
Hans
for
Zimmer
episode
with
9.
Dunkirk. We'll see. We'll see who gets that
I
one.
feel like they've gone up against each other before too. For, I think Hans
Hans
Zimmer
and-
did something the year that Revenge of the Sith came out.
2006. Yeah.
Oh no, it was something else. I don't remember. But I'm rooting for John Williams. Love John Williams. Hans Zimmer is excellent as well though. So can't hold it against Hans Zimmer if he wins. You know what I mean? But I am rooting for John Williams.
Last Jedi is also up for best sound editing and sound mixing.
Matthew Wood, right?
Really, you know the sound editor? Let's see.
Yeah, Matt Wood.
Is the sound editor? Yeah, he's not the mixer though. Someone described. You know the difference between mixing and editing in terms when it comes to this award. Someone described it pretty well, but I forgot. I think it's like sound editing is how you hear it. No, sound editing is like how it's put together, and sound mixing's. I don't know. I forgot. Do you know? If you
You're on the
know,
right
it's weird.
track. Sound mixing is how it sounds to you. Sound editing is putting all those sounds together.
Interesting. Like the sounds
Like you
themselves.
edit and
I
then
guess?
you mix. You edit it, and then once you're done editing, then you mix it for the final way it's going to sound.
Interesting. And they're the same movies. They have the same exact nominees. That's funny.
Yeah, not a big Oscars guy. I don't really care. Just being
Fair
honest, I don't really care.
enough. I don't really care at all since a couple years ago, where it's like I kind of used that as my checklist to see movies.
There was a couple guys that were really big movie buffs that I used to work with at Target, and they always used to make a big thing of it. We would have the electronics. We would call it a boat. It's like you'd be surrounded by like a thing, and then there's a little thing in the middle. And we always used to like have like this spider web of like just papers everywhere and being like, this category's for this, and then we would like have our own lists and
That's
highlight
fun.
what we would think would win. It was pretty fun. But yeah, I haven't kept up with the Oscars since I worked there, and that was like 4 or 5 years ago. So
Makes sense. What you want to bring to the table? To the hour, I should say.
So I wanted to talk about the Vans Warped Tour. So this year's Warped Tour is going to be the last year for the Vans Warped Tour. I feel like it's. Have you? I'm assuming Jeffrey, you've been to Warped Tour before, right?
Yeah, 2009, 10, 12,
You've been to more than me. Then.
The-
I've only been to 2.
14, 16. That's it.
Miguel, have you ever been to Warped Tour? Are you aware what Warped Tour is?
I didn't even know what's that.
So Warped Tour is a music festival that tours pretty much the entire country. And there's a fuck ton of bands. There's like, I don't know, what'd you say, 25, 30
So
bands?
it's like Lollapalooza over here. Okay.
kind of.
Yeah, but traveling. But
But
on
so
the
this is
road.
going to be the last year of Warped Tour, and it's kind of bittersweet. I'm not going this year. Like I intentionally chose. Like I'm not. I'm not.
oh,
going.
really?
Yeah, I don't care.
How far do you
If
live
My
from
Chemical
Hartford?
Romance made a comeback and closed out Warped Tour, I would have went, but I can't.
How far are you? There's one in Hartford. Is that close to you?
Yeah, it's like around like my drive to work is how far it is. I work
Oh, wow.
about 20 minutes from Hartford, so I don't know. I feel like Warped Tour is such a relic of like times past in the music scene that it is for. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like if anyone listens to those bands that used to play Warped Tour back in like the late 2000s, those bands are all old now. And they're either doing tours where it's like we're playing our first album in full for a whole tour, or they're making new music that it's like you're not really the same band anymore, you know. So it's kind of weird for me. The problem I had with it, And I posted a meme on it this past week, and you might even like the Jeffrey, where it's like, all these bands that you like are playing Warped Tour. And then there's a little asterisk, and it says, for select dates. And none of the dates are for the show I want to go to. So it's like, and the problem I have at Warped Tour is that there's so many bands and so many different stages all going at the same time that your favorite band plays 4 songs and then they get off the stage. Like, I remember seeing Alkaline Trio. Alkaline Trio is one of my favorite bands. I have a tattoo of, like, I have an Alkaline Trio tattoo. And I've seen them plenty of times aside from Warped Tour, so it didn't bother me that much. But for someone who was going specifically for Alkaline Trio, they played 4 songs and then they got off the stage. It's like
Everyone has 30 minutes.
It's so
slots.
like it's so dumb. Like, I get it. I get why people like it, but I just don't know why it's like as big a thing as it is. The only reason anyone cares about it is because this is the last year. If it wasn't the last year they're doing it, I bet you sales would be maybe half of what they are.
Well, I agree. Warped has been declining in the past few years. I think it still has been for a while now. Always has been from the beginning. A great place for music discovery. I learned about a lot of bands. Day to Remember, Real Friends, State Champs from Warped Tour, from seeing them just walking to another band set and
I remember
seeing them
seeing
on the way
Sleeper
there
at
and
Warped
just
Tour.
picking them up
dope.
and being like, what?
I have one of my profile pictures. If you like scroll through my profile picture album, the picture with those Sleeper that I met them at Warped Tour.
Yeah, you could say like it's like today in Spotify age and stuff, people aren't really learning music from seeing them live. But I think there's a small percentage of people who are. It's definitely a different landscape, of course, than what it used to be. But
The other thing too is that I'm like, for this type of thing, I'm old now. Like, you're only 22 now, or 20. I don't know how fucking old you're. 22.
22,
You just turned 22. I couldn't remember if you were turning 20. Yeah, so it's different for you. You still have the energy to go deal with fucking getting the Warped Tour like illness of it's just a giant dust pit, and you have to take like 2 boxes of emergency for you to not feel like death afterwards. For me, it's like if I go to Warped Tour, I'm gonna feel like I'm dying for a week. So maybe that has something to do with it too. I'm just old and I'm just like I can't deal with this for seeing
100%.
for seeing 2 bands that I care about. Like, and also fun fact, because of course they did this. I saw 303 at 3:03 p.m. Their set started at 3:03 p.m. I was like, you're not fucking clever.
fun.
I hate you.
No, 303's been out for a while. They've been out since 2009.
Oh my god,
Katy
forever.
Perry was even on it once.
Forever they've been around.
But yeah, I mean, and especially it goes hand in hand with my attraction to nostalgia. So even like I wasn't at early Blink-182, Green Day Warped Tours, but it's like I still feel like, oh, that Warped Tour is awesome because of that. But yeah, no, it sucks. I'm figuring out which date I'm gonna go to, but no, it sucks that it's ending, honestly, because even though it was becoming like just a bunch of seed 13-year-old girls, it was still cool that it existed. It was still cool that was
So
a
you'll
thing.
fit
I think it always was a sea of 13-year-old girls. I think that you just were 13 back then and you're not anymore. I think that's why you're noticing it.
Yeah, I mean, they also just went totally like away from the skateboarding aesthetic and like
that's
dropped punk heavy.
See, for me, I always liked. There was a couple other shows that I actually liked a little bit more than Warped Tour, just because they appealed directly to me a little more. There was a Family Values tour.
Okay, let me stop you guys here. Is that an actual band or that's the name of the?
What?
It's the name of the tour, and there's about
Oh, okay.
the Vans
It's
Warped
Vans,
Tour.
like the shoe company. You know the Vans the shoes. It's them. It's Vans Warped Tour. Like they're presenting Warped Tour.
Like the PlayStation
okay.
Tostito Bowl, or what is it called?
Okay.
Well, that's
I thought
that's different. That's
that was actual name of the band.
Oh no! It's just a
okay.
festival that just has all different kinds of bands in it.
Okay.
But I always like Family Values. I mean, I kind of grew out of that music now, but back in
Is that a
back
tour
when
or
I
is
was
that a band?
super young.
Is that a band?
Same thing. It was like Warped Tour, where it was
yeah?
like Korn and Disturbed and all those fucking like new metal bands back in the day. So Family Values was cool. I grew out of that, of course, but back then it was cool to me. And one that will unfortunately never probably happen again, but if it does happen, I have to go. Is Project Revolution was Linkin Park's tour, and they would do it would be like a mini festival where it would still be kind of like Warped Tour, but it would have like 10 like 6 to 10 bands instead of like 30. And it
That
was
would have
always
multiple
awesome.
dates, or that would just be one location.
No, they would tour. And I went to, I think it was Project Revolution 2007. Saw them with My Chemical Romance, Taking Back Sunday. Him was there. I don't know why. Billy Valo was smoking a cigarette in between verses. It was weird. But Seosin was there. It was really cool. I loved that, and unfortunately Chester Bennington passed away late last year. So there's not even late last year. It was a long time ago now. But yeah, so obviously there's that whole situation. So depending on how Linkin Park decides to go about their future, we may or may not see another Project Revolution. I doubt it, but if they do it, I have to go. But yeah.
Question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you guys enjoy that setting? That concert setting that open as just
Yeah,
I used to,
I
not
love
really
concerts.
anymore. I'm just
What'd you
old.
say? Yeah, I mean that's my theory. I'm looking into.
because I dislike them.
I love.
You think you're looking into your future with me?
Yeah, I will never not go to Bayside, one of my favorite bands. Whenever they're in town, I've seen them almost a dozen times.
But they're not
already.
playing a festival though. You'll see. See, I'll go to an Alkaline Trio show at like the Toad's Place in New Haven. Like it's just a tiny venue and it's Alkaline Trio playing for 2.5 hours. Like I'll go to that. I can't do
Yeah.
festivals anymore. Yeah, festivals are just too much for me.
Yeah, I guess even 2016, towards the end of the day, I had to just leave. Sum 41 is playing at 7, but I'm like, I've seen them before, and I'm so exhausted, and I just left around 6.
I'll never forget. Like there was I think it was Family Values, and the last I think it was either Slipknot or Korn. Or like one of the bands. Like I wasn't even there for the final band. One of the guys I went with, he was waiting for them to go on. I'm like, dude, it is 11:30, and this band still hasn't come on yet. And it's a festival. We've been here since 1 o'clock. I am fucking dead. And he's like, no, we got to stay for this band. And we stayed for half their set. And he's like, all right, I got to leave. Like, it's just, this festivals just take so much out of you.
Yeah, they definitely do. You got to, like, your ears are going to be ringing for a couple days after. Your voice is going to be hoarse. But, I mean, if you take care of yourself, you just drink a lot of water, don't buy the beers, which is ridiculous. I don't know how the fuck people... It's like 90 degrees plus because you're also with a bunch of people.
And it's
in
like
the pit.
$11 for, like...
Yeah.
Of
the
normal,
shitty pours.
like bottle, like the Harpoon that I'm holding up. It's not even Harpoon. It's like Bud Light, but like this normal type of bottle, though. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know how people drink beer at Warped Tour. I would literally just die. But yeah, I mean, I'm sad to see it go. The lineup this year is better than past years.
But there's...
Not-
Are you going?
Like...
I'm
There's no
I'm
Weezer, which is
trying
weird
to.
to
I'm
me.
trying to. Because the dates are all out of whack. Because usually it's in Jersey on a Sunday, and that's when I go. But now it's like, I don't know, it's just a little wacky.
Where they
I'm
play,
actually
like,
might go to the Connecticut.
Play at the MetLife?
one. No, they play at PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale. But now they're playing that on Saturday, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to that one. But the Hartford one I think is on Sunday, and I might actually drive up with my friends. That's a 2-hour drive from where I am.
Ooh,
So
if
maybe
you
I'll
go to
be
the
in your
Connecticut
town.
one, I might have to try and scalp tickets just to go hang out.
I mean, yeah, you could just pick them at the door. They're never sold out. They haven't been sold out
Yeah, that's what
forever.
I'm saying. Like, I would scalp them.
Uh,
I don't know.
they're
Tay and
like
I just,
$50.
there was so many bands initially that were like, we want to go for this band and that band and this band. And it's like, they're
then you checked your
playing
date
in
and they weren't
Massachusetts,
there?
not Connecticut. It's like, fuck. Because we just
Yeah.
want to see fucking Weezer. Like, we were supposed to see Weezer with Panic at the Disco whenever the White Album came out. I think it was 2 years ago the White Album came out. We were supposed to see them for that tour, and then something came up and we couldn't go. We were so pissed. So we just want to see Weezer. Fucking love Weezer.
I don't think they're playing any dates.
No, they're not. That's what I'm saying. There's no Weezer.
Oh,
on
you
this.
should see Weezer in general.
Like, that would have been a perfect band for the final Warped Tour, you know? Like, they've been there since the beginning, I feel like.
I bet they tried getting Blink and Green Day and stuff, but
See, Blink always only plays Cali shows, though. Because I remember, like, the few years that I went to Warped, Blink was always like, hey, we're playing Warped Tour this year. Hey, it's 3 shows in Cali. Like, fuck.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe like a logistics. I think it'd honestly just be there'd be too many people if they got big bands. I don't know.
I mean, they play
hold
4
them
or
back.
5 songs anyways, so that's why I just don't. I don't know.
That's more than 4 or 5 songs. It's 30 minutes. They play about 9 songs, 8 songs if they're talking a lot.
Well, Blink 182, because all their songs are 2 minutes long, so.
Yeah, Warped. Get ready.
Yeah.
Though they're
Let us know what
pitching
you
this
think about the last year of Warped Tour. If there's any
They're
band
pitching
you're
it
excited
as
to
the
see.
final full year, full country tour. So I think next year
They might do like a East Coast or a West
a
Coast thing.
finale, maybe a one night only event where it's like
Like
the
a
OGs.
not Bamboozle. Is that Bamboozle?
Yeah, I mean all of them are really
Is
just
that the name
weekends.
of?
Bamboozle?
But that's the name of a show.
Bamboozle.
Right?
Bamboozle became Skate and Surf, I think.
Oh, I can't keep track of this shit anymore. So Miguel,
Yeah.
you're not a music festival guy, not a concert guy.
I should have rephrased that better. I'm not a festival guy.
But you go see concerts, though.
Concerts are alright.
Alright.
There for a couple, like 2-3 hours, and that's it. Instead of the whole day, like
That's more like what
for
I
the
could do
people
now.
that stay the whole day in Lollapalooza. Like I do not get it, dude.
Oh,
Because
I
it
would
starts
be
like
down.
around 11 in the morning and then goes to like it's like 12, 13 hours.
And
dude.
you know they have to get parking, so they get there like 9 in the morning.
I mean, what parking?
Well, that's
It's
what I'm
in
saying. It's
downtown.
like,
You can't
Oh.
park around there.
so I'm thinking like the Meadows in
It's in
Connecticut.
Millennium
it's the-
Park, so
They've changed
there's,
the
like,
name
there's
of the
no
venue,
parking.
but the venue that everything is at in Connecticut, it was originally known as the Meadows. Then it was the Dodge. Then it was the Comcast Theater. Now it's the fucking Xfinity. Or something. I don't know. It's changed a million names, but it's the parking is a nightmare there. It's fucking awful.
Well, I mean, Lollapalooza over here is pretty much in the middle of downtown. There's like a spot
So everyone
Close
just
to the
walks
lake.
there.
that it's pretty much just open and it's just grass. It's a park pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's when they do it. And pretty much the only way to get there is train or pretty much train. So you can't park, which is actually good. But still the whole day there, especially I think last year it was raining. So it was a mess, dude. There was like
Yeah, I
no
can
grass.
imagine.
It was just mud and
Like
just
fucking
dude. I
Woodstock.
was like, how are you guys still here? Like I don't get it.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, so let us know if you're excited for Warped Tour or any other tours. Let me know if you remember Family Values or Project Revolution, because apparently I'm just fucking...
Another funny thing: most of the groups or bands that you guys talked about, never heard them.
You never heard of Weezer?
Of what?
Weezer?
The only reason I heard of it was because Colin brought it up a couple times on one of
It's
the
like Greg's
podcasts.
favorite band. Never heard of
Yeah,
Linkin
but-
Park?
I mean, Linkin Park, the big ones, yeah, but like all those little small ones, there you.
Well, yeah,
talking about.
I would imagine you would.
I mean,
know,
Korn
like,
and yeah, I mean, yeah,
Disturbed.
but like the small ones is like fuck. And I didn't say about this.
Yeah, I guess that's
Plus, I'm not
that's just
I'm
the
not
music
into
you
that
listen to.
type of music. So
Yeah, I was
that-
gonna say.
What is it like? Rock, pop? I don't know. Pop.
Punk
What
rock.
is it?
Punk rock.
Yeah, I'm
ain't
not
dead, bro.
into it. So if
It's
I was
supposed to.
into it, probably there's some good songs that I listen to when they're on the radio, whatever. But I'm not like seeking for it.
I was talking to my friend about that recently. You remember when pop punk used to be radio music?
It was weird. Yeah.
Like
Songs that like shouldn't be on the radio, like lyrical content wise, were. It was awesome.
like in the early 2000s, you'll hear like Blink-182 and Sum 41 on the radio, but now like you would never hear anything in that genre or even close
Yeah.
like on the radio. Like the closest thing you might maybe hear like a new Fall Out Boy song, but which is totally.
And
removed
even
from the
they
genre.
aren't the same genre as they used to be either.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, for a while, our stuff was popular. Miguel, you have anything to bring to the hour, cocktail wise?
Yeah, I got something really juicy for you.
Oh boy.
It's probably not. I want to talk about a little bit of wrestling because I know
Ooh.
Anthony,
I'm down.
you're like in and out.
So I am like, I'm of the old guard of wrestling, and I try to keep up
Yeah, like
nowadays.
most of us.
I
are.
watch pay-per-views when I can nowadays, but yeah, I was more an Attitude and what would you call the era after Attitude? Like the rise of like Kurt
It
Angle
was the
and like when The Rock really
Redless aggression or something like that they call it.
ruthless aggression.
Yeah, that's what they call it.
That era. It was like it was Attitude and then the era right after Attitude.
Right
Those were the
after.
two that I was like really into.
Jeffrey, were you ever into it? Do you watch the
Wrestling, my quick wrestling history is used to play No Mercy on the N64 with my brothers a lot. My mom used to hide it up in the top
Why?
shelf. Bloody, very, very, very violent video game.
Oh, there was a lot of blood for an
okay.
N64 game. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, that was classic. Video games
It's
are getting
so
too
funny.
violent time period in
It's so funny, thinking now, like just think about like, I don't know, Bloodborne, and then
oh
it's
yeah,
like,
no, hilarious.
like thinking back and like, holy shit, like No Mercy was violent back then. But
Yeah.
today it's like just blocks.
No, my mom hated that game, but we'd always she'd like she'd think she'd hide it, but we'd just wait for her to leave, and then we would grab it out. I remember being a big fan of Sting. Is that his name? Or Scorpion?
Yeah,
Sting.
Sting.
Whiteface guy.
Yeah,
Love that guy.
He looked kind of like the Crow from the movie The Crow.
Yeah.
that was the expiration of it.
And as well as getting wrestling ice cream pops, which was from the
Oh my god, with the yeah, yep,
the
from
Mr.
ice cream truck,
Softy.
yep.
Yeah, you'd point to the wrestling one, and it was pretty much a cookie on top of it's all on a stick, a classic ice cream pop, a cookie with a wrestler's like drawing on it, so like
Trying on
John
it.
Cena or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I remember that.
On
that's a throwback,
white,
man.
on vanilla ice cream, and then the vanilla ice cream is coated with a chocolate shell.
Yeah.
And it comes in the box like a one wrestling card, and that ice cream was an experience. Let me tell you.
Yeah, no,
You get
it was.
wrestling, you
That's,
get a card,
that's
you
a
get ice
throwback and a
cream.
half. Holy shit.
But yeah, that's my wrestling experience. That's my and then I love Dwayne.
So you
The Rock
didn't
Johnson,
actually
but-
watch it, any WWE, WCW?
I
anything
think we
like that?
must have watched a couple, but I mean, we never paid for.
I'm
any
sure you
pay-per-view.
watched, but you just never got
Like me
into
with
it.
Dragon Ball Z, I know I watched it, but I don't remember remember
I-
anything about it.
I definitely remember seeing like a live action Sting in the ring and stuff like that, but like probably just tuning in randomly
Like
on.
so when like because WrestleMania is like the big pay-per-view.
It's like the
main
Super Bowl
focus.
of the WWE.
Yeah, you don't doesn't appeal to you that you don't watch it. You don't.
I
watch
did
highlights
have
of it.
friends in 6th, 7th grade that would come to school and talk about it heavy. Yo, the Hardy brothers and Sheamus was doing a lot of stuff. Wait, this is probably what?
Dude, last year was
2008-ish?
when the Hardys came back. That's what it was, right? Last
Oh,
year.
dude, that pop was
Oh, I
huge.
fucking lost it, dude. I lost it. Me and you got to Zoom this WrestleMania this year. We got to do
That'd
it.
be great, dude.
But yeah, that's my wrestling history.
That's cool. I mean, I was huge when, like you said, saying that about the same eras
Like
And
late
then I-
90s to
Yeah.
like mid 2000s.
to the early 2000s, and then like I stopped watching too much. I was just like whatever.
I stopped watching before, like
When Triple H just took
CM
over,
Punk.
he was pretty much running everything.
when CM
I
Punk
came
was
back
getting
when
big.
CM Punk.
See, it's not because of him, but it's just that was the era I stopped watching. I just
Oh.
fell out of it. I wasn't
Oh, really?
like fuck this guy.
Okay,
I just,
you stopped. Wait.
which kind of makes me
Um,
mad because I know how awesome CM Punk was, and I kind of wish that I kept
dude,
going
he
with
was
it. I
great.
just had other
The-
stuff going on. You know what I mean?
The only reason I came back just for him, because I heard and then I saw the pipe bomb or whatever, the promo that he had. It was great. And Daniel Bryan. Those two guys are the guys that like brought me back to it. Exactly, the just yes stuff.
For
That was
audio
great,
listeners, I was
dude.
just doing the Daniel Bryan yes thing.
You forgot the point thingy. It's not a fist, bro. It's there you
Whatever,
go.
I don't know. See, I told you that I stopped watching before that, so I remember seeing an episode here or there, but
And it kind of sucked when they left. Well, CM Punk left. I mean, I know his reasons. He done a
tried to go to
podcast
the
and-
UFC and got his ass whooped.
Oh, it wasn't because of that. It was some
No,
other
I know.
reasons.
I know. They had fallen
Medical
out.
reasons, and the WWE was just pushing him, and he had a staph infection like in the back,
Ooh.
and they were just letting him like wrestle, and the doctor didn't want to like do anything. That was one of the reasons, but whatever. Now there's a deal. How much do you guys think TV USA pays? I think it's not USA. It's NBC that
That was
pays them.
TNT.
No,
What's
it's
TBS?
they're on the USA Network right now, but the owner, whoever owns USA, it's part of the umbrella of the NBC.
Yeah, it probably is. Is
Yeah,
that under
so-
Warner
Oh, like
Bros?
it's a subsidiary.
You know how much
of
they get
that.
paid for that TV deal,
I have no
and
idea
it's
how
gonna
much.
expire next year. So I'll get into it, but they're getting paid.
I think I know where you're going. with that, yeah.
$108 million for the deal.
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it's like perfect because the UFC is like kind of declining because everyone and every fighter's either like retiring or they're like getting suspended because they're like doing steroids and stuff like that.
Or making it a clown show like Conor McGregor is like hasn't fought in like
Exactly.
a year.
And I think he's done already. And so those two contracts are expiring. So the USA is fighting for that, and Fox, which is good in my opinion.
Do you
The-
think
the offer right now that Fox is giving both of them is, I mean, they're
The UFC
focusing
and
more
WWE, you say?
on yeah, but they're focusing more on WWE because they can see they see more
it's more marketable? It's more family
potential,
friendly.
More exactly, yeah. $200 million,
Fucking hey.
and they're both fighting to get $400 million.
I think WWE gets that before UFC gets that. 100%.
That was gonna be my question. Really, you
I
think so?
Yeah, I think so. UFC, it's just too hard to market to the masses. It's literal people beating each other almost to death. WWE, there is risks involved. People are still really taking hits and stuff. You know what I mean?
The art
but it
of
is
wrestling
choreographed.
is to do it without getting hurt.
Exactly. And so I'm not saying that I know the storylines for wrestling is fake, and I know most of the
yeah,
punches are fake.
most
But
of them are stupid.
they're still getting the shit knocked out of them a lot of the times. Like someone does a frog splash off a turnbuckle, you're still landing on it. You know what I mean? Like you're still hurting a guy in some capacity. I know they do it in ways like there's techniques and stuff to make it to reduce the damage, but these guys are still taking a beating. You know what I mean? It's just, but it's not the UFC where you're like basically trying to kill your opponent. You know what I mean? It's all choreographed. So I think the WWE is just way more marketable just to the masses. UFC, there's too many moms that are like, it's too violent. There's too many people that are against it because they think it's killing boxing. I think there's just too many variables against the UFC becoming that big on a cable channel. You know what I mean?
The other thing that Fox wants them to, because you know the ratings for like Raw, which is like the main show from WWE, in the USA they're around like 3.5, 4 million viewers, the average. If Fox gets it, they're gonna put the Raw supposedly at the main Fox network, which is just open to everyone. So the numbers should go higher.
Not even cable, like just
no, it's
broadcast
gonna be in the main Fox channel.
Wow, that'd be fucking awesome.
So those numbers are gonna go up, but the thing is that SmackDown's gonna go to the FS1, which is probably not good for that show.
Yeah, no.
Which is, it has the wrestlers that I want to watch. More
Yeah, like AJ Styles
WWE.
is on SmackDown, right?
Yeah, he's.
So I feel like AJ
amazing.
Styles is like if any one single wrestler is gonna get me back into it, it's gonna be AJ Styles. I think.
I mean, you're not watching. That's the problem.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, if like eventually, like, if he has a crazy match in WrestleMania, I might be like,
WrestleMania with Nakamura. Watch that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if
blow
that
you
match
away.
between Nakamura and
If they let
Styles,
them do what they wanna do, it's gonna be the best match.
that's what I'm saying.
on the
If
card.
that might be the match, that's like, oh shit, I gotta start paying attention to this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me get into it real quick. So they want to put that in there, and they want to get it because I don't know if you heard that they got the rights now for Thursday Night Football.
Fox did. Yep.
So those 2 nights are just gonna go fucking sky high for them. So that's why they could afford.
That's
that.
why they would. Well, that's why
That
they would
number
put.
of 400 million.
That's why
that's what they
SmackDown would go
want.
on FS1 because football would be on Fox.
Exactly. But I mean, SmackDown's on Tuesdays now, so I don't get why wouldn't they be able to
It's
put
not
it
on
Fox?
Thursdays
Yeah.
anymore. This shows how long
Dude,
I
you're
haven't watched for.
way
Dude, I'm
behind.
I'm such a lapsed WWE fan. It's insane.
But I'm just surprised that they're offering that much money, and they're probably willing to pay it for wrestling
Yeah, that's.
or UFC, either or.
Well, I mean, it's in the name, World Wrestling Entertainment. You know what I mean? It is entertainment, so I can understand that.
True.
UFC, I don't see going for anything close to $400 million. I just don't see it. It's just not. I feel like
I mean,
like you said, there's
if
too
they
many
still
incidents
had,
of
Conor fighting Ronda and
if Ronda and Conor were still actively
and
fighting,
James
I mean,
Jones?
I don't think Conor's going to retire, but he hasn't fought in forever. So and Ronda's gone. She's in WWE.
And the third thing about all this is that Brock Lesnar is trying to, because his contract's out
trying
this
to
year,
do both at the same time.
so he's trying to like go back and forth to get more money. So he's not showing up to most of the WWE events that he has. He's like, if he does, he's just performing like a 30-second match, which is funny.
Yeah, that's like offensive to the fans. That's funny.
And that's what happened this Saturday. I was gonna go, I had plans to go and to the live show, and
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't.
My
'Cause
brother
saw
and I went to
the lineup, and it wasn't that good.
Yeah, my brother and I went to a SmackDown I think 2 years ago. My dad gets free tickets to Mohegan Sun. It's a casino with an arena up in Connecticut.
Oh, nice.
And he gets free tickets to stuff all the time. Same with my father-in-law gets free tickets to stuff all the time too. And just a throwback to the past topic as well. I was supposed to see Linkin Park at Mohegan Sun Arena, and it was literally like 2 weeks before Chester passed. So I was it hit me where I was like, "Fuck, I will never see him perform live again." That hit
Wasn't
me
like-
like really hard.
Didn't Chester or whatever his name is like was accused of molesting someone?
I don't think so.
No. Plus, it
Come
has like
on.
Chester the molester. You know.
I
I'm
don't.
making fun of it. I'm sorry, but
I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, are you just making that story up?
like the name sounds funny.
Yeah, but
to
you're
me.
just-
Chester the molester.
Well, did you ever see Zach and Mary make a
Nice.
porno?
Got him. Got him.
No, but you ever
That's
seen Zach and Mary
fair.
make a porno
Yes, I did.
with Lester the molester?
yeah.
He's like that movie.
used to
For
make
some
that. I
reason,
never
I was
got
talking
the
about
joke.
that movie last night, and I fucking love Zach and Mary make a porno. It's so underrated. It gets.
I don't
way
like
too
how
much
it's. I don't
shade.
like how it's not in the Views universe.
Yeah, that is weird that it's not in this universe. That could be a whole nother topic.
It's
But,
so weird.
Yeah, my brother and I saw SmackDown live. I think it was a year or two ago. We got the free tickets, and it just was kind of lackluster. I don't know what it is. It's just like because we used to go all the time when we were little.
You
Like, when my
hear the
brother was, like,
announcer,
6 and I was,
right?
like,
When
11.
you're there.
No, you don't.
What?
You don't. You
I
never
mean,
did.
the announcer, whoever like announces there
Like
when
the
they're
com-
coming
no,
out.
not
yes.
the
No, no.
not the actual announcers
TV,
that you
yeah,
hear on
yeah.
TV.
No, you never hear the commentators.
No,
live.
I mean,
But we
Oh,
used to go all the time when we were kids, and it was fucking awesome. I remember I went. I was at the event in
But-
Hartford, Connecticut, when the Undertaker defected to Raw. Do you remember that back in the day when they they
Yeah.
had originally split the brands, like originally?
but
split the
it
brands?
was only for it happened like for only a couple weeks, and then he was back to SmackDown for whatever reason. It was
No,
funny.
he's
That's what happened after a while.
well,
remember
whatever. It
watching.
was the night. It was the night he defected. Whenever he initially defected, and the entire stadium lost their fucking
See-
minds. We all had the fucking fist up and everything because it was during like the biker era. It was so fucking cool. Oh man, and it's just when my brother
But
and I
it
went
depends on the
recently,
crowds,
it just wasn't
dude.
the same. It just wasn't the same.
It depends on the crowds, dude. If the crowds are into it, you're gonna be into it too. Because I noticed that when they
But the
usually the crowds, like if they're in Philly, the crowds are always
but the
into it,
performers
or they're in
that were
Chicago,
there that night
or
just
they're
weren't
like
that
in
good either. I don't know.
Now it just depends on the crowd. That's why they're here in Chicago like a lot, because the crowds are still hot for it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
and
I mean,
Philly and certain,
Stamford is
certain
in
cities.
Connecticut, and that's the headquarters for WWE. So they play Connecticut a lot, like a real lot.
Yeah,
Not
and
play,
that's
they-
the
you
problem
know, they
too,
come
probably too, because they're there a lot.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just not the same as the old days. I don't think.
Oh, it's not the same. I mean,
When is
plus-
WrestleMania? May?
no, in April, the first week of
Oh my
April,
God,
so
it's
not like in a
It's
month.
in like holy shit. All right, so I'm gonna have to get a month rental of the network. What I was gonna ask
$10,
before,
dude.
where I thought you were going with this is, I thought you were gonna ask, is SmackDown and Raw gonna be on the network? But I guess that's
On
not
what
a
network?
possibility.
Oh,
on the
we
on the
could go
WWE
into
network.
that, but right now, if they're gonna get that type of money, there's no.
Yeah. See, the problem I
That-
have with
that's
the
like a good
WWE
backup
network,
plan.
the reason I don't keep up with the WWE is
Because
because
it's-
they don't put it on the network until like 2 months later, and it's like I'm not gonna watch 2-month-old Raw.
Well, I told you
know
how
what
to
mean?
watch it, bro. That's how I watch most.
I
of the
know
stuff.
it's just different.
YouTube.
You know, it's just different.
The highlights really quick. In 10 minutes, you're done with everything.
I guess. Maybe you and I should have like on Wednesdays. You should like send me the YouTube link, and then we watch it together or something. You know, not like together, but like like watch it on Wednesday nights or something. I don't know. Jeffrey
Plus,
seems like
I
he's not
hear, like,
a whole lot
podcast
interested.
of it too. So
It's funny. Last topic, Jeffrey talked a lot, and this topic, Miguel talked.
Yeah, no, I'll sit this one out.
yeah, because
I feel like I'm a Renaissance man. I can
Fair
talk
enough,
about
fair
anything.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
Wrestling.
Jeffrey, what is it gonna take to take you to a wrestling?
That's
Sure.
a good question. It
Because
would-
I think you would had fun, like
No.
just enjoy like the what's happening around you.
yeah,
and
like
shit,
if you don't take it too seriously, you know what I mean. Like
I
take it
definitely-
as what it is. You know, it's
I
it's-
definitely could
it's
enjoy
fun. It's a
wrestling,
soap
but-
opera with fighting.
I think it has the issue of the barrier to entry as comics do, which is just like I don't know where to start. What's the relation? Like,
You
what's
just
the
gotta jump
story
in.
behind these guys? Yeah,
They are good
Yeah, I
about
guess,
it
but
being
that
like
requires
how
so much
comics
effort.
have that unwritten rule of like every comic is someone's first comic, and you do kind of get that vibe from WWE where the commentators will always be like, "Oh my
Like-
God, it's this guy who did this thing
they
with
do.
this
Yeah,
guy
they
before." You know, like,
flash
they are
back
good
a
about
lot.
that.
They flash back a lot.
You know
but
who's John Cena?
John Cena? Yeah.
Yeah, he sucks.
Oh, don't hate on my guy. Don't hate on
The
my
thing
guy.
is, by the way,
Oh.
if I try
I
tuning
hate
in,
him so
sometimes
much.
I've
if
been
I
with
see
John
it-
Cena since he wasn't even a rapper. That's how long I've been a fan of John
Nice.
Cena.
If I see
He
Raw on
fucking
TV,
sucks.
sometimes I'll jump in. But the thing is, they don't even show the big guys a lot. Those they usually save those. I assume for the later, like the end of the
The big guys meaning like the
the
big
ones
name
I
guys?
would know. Yeah, like
Big names,
Jericho or Undertaker.
Oh, there's
which I guess
there's
Undertaker's
not a
gone.
lot of those that are left, dude. So I mean,
Yes, I guess because I would jump in and I see like Starboy or something or
Starboy, what the fuck?
Stardust,
yes, they stars.
who's not even in the WWE anymore.
No, who's
Cody Rhodes.
There's some guy who's like a
Goldust?
Goldust, yeah, who plays like an evil villain character. Like that's his bit.
Nope.
Hold on, Miguel,
No.
just real quick. Do you remember the promo that Goldust did fucking forever ago with The Rock? When they were a tag team for like a couple months? And Goldust
Yes,
would
I
just
did.
follow him around all the time. And like The Rock was in a convenience store, like it was like a 7-Eleven, and he was buying like a slushie. And Goldust is, he was like following him around, and he's like, I don't remember. It was so stupid. He had a hot dog, and he's like, "If you give me a sip of your slushy, I'll let you have a bite of my wiener." And it was like it was
Nice.
so bad, but it was so funny.
It used to be so like
It was so ridiculous.
Early.
yeah, it
YouTube
was
sounds.
ridiculous before.
But it was
Like
so
you,
good, though.
that type of humor is not in the current WWE, which
Gold-
kind of
like,
sucks.
Remember when Val Venus got his dick chopped off?
Really? That was a thing.
Like it
was
was
a
fake.
thing.
It was fake,
Yeah.
but it was like there was like a
Because
there was like a
supposed to
yakuza
be like a
group-
porn
there was like a yakuza stable that like cut his dick off or
Yeah.
something. That was
Nice.
weird.
He used to
Got
be his character was a porn star, so he always came out with like a towel, and he was all sexy with the ladies and
Yeah, like he had like the stereotypical like
shit. Yeah, and the
like
thing
kinda
that
intro music.
supposedly he had a big package.
Inappropriate. It's in the 90s.
I mean, his name was Val
Yeah.
Venus. Like I don't know how you can have more of a porn star wrestling name than that.
What a different
So
time.
they caught him off. It was funny, dude.
Yeah, no, the last one
It
I
was
actually
weird.
did, I did watch. I forgot this. From Stephen Amell, Arrow. What's his name? Oliver Queen from the
Oh
CW
yeah,
outro.
from Arrow.
When
Yeah.
he jumped in, and I watched the entire episode just because I was really into Arrow at the time, and I saw he was doing this.
Oh, with Stardust, which is
It
Cody
was
Rhodes.
Stardust, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that was
That character was so stupid. But whatever.
yeah. That guy was like, oh, are these the cool guys now? I remember
I do like Cody
Nice.
Rhodes though. If Cody
Steve
Rhodes came back,
Austin
that might be
pounding
Cody Rhodes
beers
right
and
now
shit.
is amazing.
He's doing really. Where is he? Is he still with the Japan?
Ring of Honor and yeah. He's the
Ring of Honor.
American Nightmare right now.
Yeah, I liked him.
That's his thing.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
let's-
I remember doing when he jumped in it, and then
there was the Gronk.
They were just, like,
thing
staring
at
each other,
WrestleMania
right?
too.
Jeffrey,
What?
They're just like,
like
staring
the
each other
Arrow
down.
guy and Stardust was just staring
yeah,
each other.
they didn't fight at all. They fought a little bit, but it was like Arrow wasn't that good at wrestling in terms of like the fake
I mean, he's
wrestling.
not.
But, I mean, you think he's an actor, but I guess like he doesn't do his own stunts.
Well, remember last year, Rob Gronkowski was at WrestleMania
Did he?
too,
Oh, that's
and
right.
that was bad. That was a
Yeah,
bad
he was at
promo
WrestleMania.
too.
That
sounds
They
funny.
tried to make that a thing.
I didn't see that.
They always
but
try
that's-
to get like celebs now lately. Like they never really used to do that. And
Oh, there
although I guess
last-
they
2
did
years ago,
because our
Shaq was
president
in
got
it.
Stone Cold Stunnered before.
Shaq
So.
was in it. No way.
Yeah, Shaq was on the pre-show
That's
on.
fucking crazy.
He faced off the Big Show.
Who did?
Ooh,
Shaq.
Oh, Shaquille. Yeah.
O'Nealis.
Can we just talk about though? Like our president has gotten a Stone Cold Stunner before. Let's just
Yeah,
talk about
I think
that
that's
for
so
a
And
funny.
he's on the Hall of Fame, dude, too.
second. Like it's just crazy.
Trump's in the
Oh.
Wrestling Hall of Fame.
WWE, yeah,
That's
WWE
wild.
Hall of
Ridiculous.
Fame. So
That's
stupid.
funny.
So let's wrap up this wrestling topic. Let's say top 3 wrestlers of all time. Who would you go?
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Start with Jeffrey.
Sting, and then
Oh.
the singer Sting.
Who was the
I'll
second
give it
one?
to you 'cause you don't know. Sting.
Sting.
And
Both
then the
Stings.
singer Sting.
Both Stings. Yeah.
I
And
said
Dwayne The
3.
Rock.
That was 2.
And
I
Dwayne
mean,
the Rock.
he's not a big-
Dwayne the Rock is number 1, of course.
Okay.
Dwayne Rock the Johnson,
Sting.
and then Sting, and then singer Sting. 3 guys.
Like
You're not
from the
getting the
police?
Yes. There you go.
I can't. All right, Miguel. Serious answer. Top 3. You could put them in order, or you can put them in no order.
Probably
however you
John
want.
Cena.
I'm
though.
gonna put
Actually,
him no
John Cena.
order.
I
John
respect
Cena.
their acting.
Fuck John Cena. My number 1 is The Undertaker. Is my
Ooh,
man.
I thought for some reason I thought you would go Stone Cold.
I'm
I respect Undertaker number 1.
Dude, my number 1 guy is Undertaker.
Okay, I
The
respect
man.
that.
Second, probably Stone Cold. I'll give it to Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
Does he say that?
Nah, he says. I forgot what he says.
What?
Funny.
Yeah, what? There you go.
What?
Is that when he calls for a beer? Or is that?
I'm
No,
debating between-
anytime anyone talks and like in between
Yeah,
them
it's
talking,
like-
he'll go what?
He
And then the whole
pauses
crowd
for the
does it.
people to say what,
Does
and
that
then
mean-
he keeps going, and then pauses, and people say what again.
He has a hearing
Or
issue.
when someone's talking, he says what.
It's very disrespectful.
Exactly. That
Oh,
was the
he
point.
was the definition of the most disrespectful man in the world. He was
The
great.
third one, I'm between The Rock or Macho Man, because that's the guy that got me into
Macho
wrestling.
Man.
Or
okay.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
It's a good pick.
So they're like, I'll cheat. I got 4 then.
All right,
They're
do
like
five.
right
do five.
there.
Just do 5. Just make it even. Do 5.
All right.
It's not an even number,
So the-
but it's
So The Rock. So it's The Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Macho
Man.
Man, and Sting.
Nice. Sting.
So I'll
I
give you-
love
I'll
Sting
gi- I
too,
got
so-
3 of
That's
mine
the
are
only
the
reason
same
I
as
watched
you.
WCW.
3 of mine are the same as you. I got The Undertaker, The Rock, Stone Cold. I think The Rock has to be number 1 for me. He like transcended everything for me. He just made me love WWF, WWE, everything. He made me love it. And then 4 and 5, I'm gonna go a little bit different. I'm gonna go Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
He not as a main, like not as a big name guy. He made me love it. Like he was just so psychotic. I was into like that weird alternative type shit back when he was doing that. I loved the Swanton Bomb. I loved the Twist of Fate, everything. I like Matt too, but Jeff was always more my speed. Matt was always more like the plain guy back then. Like now he's the crazy one, but back then it was always Jeff was more the crazy one. So that's number 4, and then number 5. I gotta go Kurt Angle. I gotta give Kurt Angle some
Kurt Angle.
respect. He's one of those guys I didn't realize how much I loved him until I reflected on his matches like later. He was just always so good.
He has a
Honorable
great
mention to
comedic
Booker T
personality.
and honorable mention to Randy Orton.
I gotta say, I didn't. Ric Flair's like up there.
Yeah,
He's like one of the men, dude. He's up there, but I didn't
wanna
watch
woo so bad
him
right
until
now.
like he was older.
same.
So
same,
I know
same.
he had a bunch of like wrestling matches with Macho Man and
He was more a manager by the time I started watching him.
yeah,
like with
is when he
Evolution
was
and all that.
Evolution, exactly. That's why I don't have him included there, but he's right there. Hogan, I never liked Hogan, so I know he's up there because he was like The Rock before The Rock.
See, I was more a WWE guy, and by the time I really got into it, he was with WCW. So I was like, "You're a fucking turncoat."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I kind of was with him. And then he came back eventually, like the fucking NWO invaded, quote unquote, they invaded, and then Hogan drove a truck into the ambulance that The Rock was in, and I was like, "No, this guy's dead to me." Shit got
Yeah.
dude. Back then, you didn't know that it wasn't real. You know what I mean? Like that type of
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
Like when
before-
he drives a truck
When
into
the
a into an
WCW
ambulance.
and WWE started, dude, I was like,
when
what?
when DX showed up with a tank at fucking Nitro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, this
That's
has turned
good
into
stuff.
a wrestling podcast. We should do a one-on-one about wrestling, and Jeffrey
Yeah,
and I
that'd
should
be
do a one-on-one
something good.
about music. That'd be cool. Yeah. So if you have any great memories about wrestling, WWE, WWF, WCW, anything like that, let us know.
I'm surprised
let
you
us
didn't say Cena though. I'm sorry, but
See, I
'cause you said he
love
was your
John
man.
Cena. I can't put him in top 5. You know what I mean? Like I just can't. He might be top 10. Maybe,
In a couple years,
maybe top 10. but
AJ
he's not
Styles,
top
if he
5.
keeps it up, he'll be there.
I like AJ. Xavier, shout out to
AJ's
Xavier
fucking
Woods, by the way. I love him.
Yes,
I love New Day's
Day.
good. I like New Day.
but he's
I
not a
like
good
New Day.
wrestler though. That's
Yeah,
the
he's,
thing.
he's an entertainer. He's
As a person,
I do like
love
New
him.
Day as like an entertainment like part.
It's a
of
new
it.
day.
It's
yes,
getting
it
old,
is.
man. It's getting old,
Yeah.
really old. The Usos, man, that's where it's at.
Is that the cereal?
Yeah. So let us know who your
No,
top
that's the
5
cousins
wrestlers
of The
are.
Rock.
Let us know who your top 5 wrestlers are on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/PS Best Friends, or you can hit us up, join our Patreon. Let us know in that Patreon exclusive feed too if you want. So it looks like we're hitting around the hour mark now for this episode. Anything else you guys want to bring up real quick?
Oh, Roman Reigns sucks. My dude.
Seth Rollins is good though.
He's the man.
I do
yeah.
like Seth Rollins.
But you know who's better than him? AJ Styles.
I was gonna say Dean Ambrose.
Oh, he
You know,
sucks. too.
Dean Ambrose kind of looks like if Paul Rudd
It looks
had like a redneck brother. You know what I mean? He kind of looks like a redneck Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I can see that.
Paul Rudd could play.
His
right
character is just so boring, though.
Yeah, he's just always mad. He's like Russell Westbrook, where he's just like he wakes up and he's mad. He's like,
And he's in some jeans and fucking beater.
like a
fucking,
wife beater. Yeah.
It's
Can we just talk about though? Like, I know you don't know who Russell Westbrook is, Jeffrey, but I have this like, I
He's
swear,
playing baseball.
I always
Oh, no, different guy. That's Russell
baseball.
Wilson.
No,
He's
no,
basketball.
he's not. Baseball.
Russell Wilson's playing baseball, I think.
right now. Yeah,
He's playing.
Doing tryouts.
He's doing spring
I think
training
he's-
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
Yankees. He's not
Yeah,
gonna
well, yeah,
give
well,
up being the.
But he does
quarterback
it
of
every
the
year,
season.
though.
Tebow just got a hit in Mets spring training.
Oh
Team Tebow.
no! Watch out for Tebow. But yeah, I swear to God, Russell Westbrook, he's got to like wake up mad. You know what I mean? He wake up, you just
he's
like,
just competitive,
he's
dude.
no, dude.
That's
listen,
what.
Tony Kornheiser on PTI. Pardon the interruption. He says it all the time. He's like, he is the angriest man in the world. Like, you got it. Like, I swear to God, like when he was born, he came out of the womb like.
He has something to prove.
And for the audio listeners, I made an angry face. Yeah, I know, but it's just I'm not.
Because
I'm
he
not
wasn't
even
like
holding it
that
against him.
when Durant
I'm not
was
even
there.
holding it against him. I'm just pointing it out. It's just funny that he's just like the angriest man in the world.
He got something to prove, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
A lot of crazy
Hopefully
shit
they,
happening in sports. Maybe
dethrone
Miguel and I will
the
do
Warriors.
another sports guys thing after this. Post it to Facebook.
maybe.
Yeah. So nothing else we want to add this week.
Jeffrey, You were,
Nah, let's see Lady Bird get a win. That'd be cool. If Logan gets a win for best adapted screenplay, I think that'd be pretty interesting. Also,
you know who's gonna
Pretty
win?
That movie feels like it came out 7 years ago.
Logan, right? Yeah,
Yeah, feels like it came
Yeah.
out so long ago.
March. How
Logan's
funny! I
gonna
was.
win. I'll give it to Logan.
See, yeah, I am. So I'm watching a bunch of old Mega 64s, whatever. I've been doing for a while, just like binging them as like background fodder. And they're talking about when Deadpool, the news of Deadpool getting an R rating comes out. They're like, "What? That's stupid. When's Wolverine getting an R rating movie? You know, it's like that." And then they start talking about why Wolverine deserves an R rated movie before Logan was announced. And I'm like, that's coming soon, guys. Wait for it. But yeah, that's about it. You can find me, Brawl96 on PSN, Mr. Brawl96, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
Are you really doing any streaming on your Mr. Brawl account?
I did
When's
a
the
bit
last
of
time you streamed?
Yakuza.
We should really
like a
all,
month ago?
anytime any of us stream, we should just do it to the PS Best Friends account.
I was just lazy, yeah, because I didn't want to switch the keys. I just hit start streaming. Yeah, mostly just follow me on Twitter. Honestly, that's where I put my thoughts.
Same. I do a lot of tweets.
You have a lot of Arsenal tweets. I don't know. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
stop-
I
I'm gonna
get
have to
real
stop
angry
meeting
on the
you.
weekends.
I have to block that.
I get real angry on the weekends.
Word. All right. I think
Miguel,
that's
where can
it.
people find you?
I don't tweet, so follow the PSBF.
That's basically Miguel's Twitter.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't tweet much. I don't get social media. Well, that's another topic we could get into it. I don't get social media. Like
We
I
can talk
get,
about next week.
I get it, but it's just not for me. Like I don't. Why am I gonna like? Oh, I'm angry about Arsenal. Let me type it in the Twitter, and nobody's gonna care. Okay.
Oh, you are not part of the Arsenal fan base, my friend. You do not understand. Every Arsenal fan tweets out to the void where no one sees it in anger.
That's the point.
It's exactly.
Everybody's
It's part
tweeting
of
about
being
it
a
just
fan.
for nothing.
It's part of being
Just
a fan.
nothing
You get
after that.
angry and no one cares. That's part of being an Arsenal fan.
But that's the point of Twitter. Most of the part. It's just that people
Exactly.
just arguing and putting tweets out there, and it's like
Let's
I
say,
don't wanna watch this. I don't
I
care.
think this would be a good topic next time.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a
look-
little
look
tease
forward-
right there
Look
Apple
forward
season, what do you
to. I can't wait to see
for next week.
This actually, I feel like that's gonna get heated next week between us three. That's gonna be good. Can't wait for that.
That'd be interesting. that'd be
So
interesting.
this is going to close out episode 6 of Cocktail Hour. If you have any suggestions for what you want us to talk about, check us out on Patreon. A tier for the $5 tier. That is the tier to suggest the topic that we talk about. So hit us up on there. If you give us anything really on Patreon, we would appreciate it. $2 tier gets you a shout out. Jeffrey, you want to do those shout outs real quick?
Shouts out to our 3 patrons right now in the month of March. Nathaniel Hicks, Jack Terzi, and Jack Mosseri. Thank you guys.
Thank
you are of great appreciation. That's not grammar. You're greatly appreciated. That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe if we get more patrons, we can afford to get Jeffrey some
Spelling lessons,
speaking
yeah,
lessons.
some grammar lessons.
So yeah, thanks again. This has been Cocktail Hour, episode 6. We will catch you all next week.
Peace.